Hi, my name is Olivia Williamson, and I did my interview on my grandmother. Her name is Rosa Manzari, and she was born in a small town in Guatemala called Coban, and she came to the United States to get away from her ex-boyfriend because he had communist ties and she didn't want to be a part of that. Some history about her. Her parents and her brother died when she was very young in a car accident, so her relatives in Guatemala were a support system. They supported her through this time, and she lived with relatives up until she decided she was going to move to the United States. When she came to the United States, she met my grandfather, Jim, and they got married. She didn't have her green card yet, and they ended up moving to Switzerland, and they lived there for several years. They had a child, which is my mother, and when my mom was about 12, my grandfather and grandmother got a divorce, and my grandfather had put all the money in a Swiss bank account, so my grandmother could not touch it, so he left her pretty much broke, and she decided to come back to the United States, and she had nothing, she had no money, nothing, and she decided she didn't know how to get her green card, but she found out that she actually had a great aunt that lived in the United States, and her great aunt sponsored her, so she was able to get her green card fairly easily. The only hard part about living in the United States for her was being there without her family. She missed her family a lot because that was her support system, and she still sent them letters and talked to them on the phone every once in a while, but it's not the same as being there with them and living with them, because she was so used to that she was always around her family when she was in Guatemala. And the other hard part about her coming to the United States was actually getting a job. It took her a while to find a job, and she had no money, and when she did get a job, she had to work 2 jobs with long hours in order to support her and her daughter, and it was very hard for her. But overall, she thinks that the United States is a good place, and she actually bettered her life by coming here. She also thinks that immigration is a good thing, and that more people should come to the United States, but she also believes that it should be easier for people to come to the United States, because back then when she came, it was actually easier for her to come than it would be for her to come now. Now there's so many laws and regulations, and it's more expensive and harder to come to receive your green card in the United States. She believes there should be easier ways to get your green card, and it should be cheaper for people to get their green card. She doesn't oppose immigration, she actually is for immigration, and she believes that even though there are people who are illegal in the United States, she believes that they are illegal in the United States because they don't have a choice. Most of them can't afford to get a green card, and most of them can't get it easy, and she believes that they shouldn't be deported because they're here trying to live the American dream, and the American dream to her is getting a job, living in a nice house, supporting your family, and a lot of people that immigrate to the United States come here for that. They send money back to their hometown, to their families, to support them and everything, and she believes that because of this, the United States should make it easier for them to get their green card so they can live out the American dream. That's pretty much it. that's my report.